What's up everyone? Kenny back again with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing with you why I think three reasons why I think people do not become successful on their diets. Now, I could go through a whole list of reasons why I don't think people are successful on diets and why in the past I have not been successful on some of my diets. But that could be really an extensive list that goes on, and it could also look different depending on the person. So in this video, I'm just gonna make a quick kind of short video. I'm gonna cover three, which I think are very notable to talk about in this video. And as time goes on, I can keep talking about more reasons why diets fail. And of course, like I said, there's multiple reasons, and there could even be plenty of other ones I've never even thought of, depending on the person. But so I wrote them down here. I hope you guys can see it. But I'm basically gonna I'll read them out to you guys so it can be a lot easier to see. So the first point why I think a lot of diets fail, unfortunately, too little calories being consumed, or there's too much cardio being performed. Now, what this leads to is a caloric deficit that is far too large. Now, guys, when you do a large caloric deficit, either from eating too little or from doing too much cardio, you're going to be extremely hungry. And when you're extremely hungry, I mean, you can sheer willpower your way through a diet, but you can really only do that for so long. And honestly, not all of us have that sheer willpower to do it. I know some days I have it, I know some days I don't. And the more that I guess you practice having that willpower, the more you develop that skill. But do you really want to have to willpower your way through your diet every single day, where it just seems like you're on a mission trying to complete your diet? Like, how do you enjoy life like that? You can't really enjoy it, right? So this deficit being too large triggers too much hunger, and this makes this very unsustainable. So either one of these, creating the deficit being too large, is just a recipe for disaster. So second point here I have written down is prototype meals. So what I mean by this is that the classic chicken, rice, and broccoli. So a lot of the times we can go from eating foods that we love, certain foods, whatever our diet is that we like, and all of a sudden we change it up and start eating oatmeal for breakfast, chicken, rice, and broccoli, white fish and rice. And while these things aren't necessarily a bad thing to eat, especially if you enjoy them, because they are good for you, but also these things take time to sometimes like, and sometimes you won't like some of these prototypical meals. But what I'm trying to say is, as many of you know, there's something called If It Fits Your Macros, and that gives you a good example of the fact that you don't need to follow these specific meals. You don't need to follow specific meal timings. So getting stuck in the prototypical meals that you have to eat certain types of meals instead of focusing on getting enough protein and focusing on your calories and eating healthy can be a recipe for disaster. Because once again, as you guys are probably noticing a theme, it's not sustainable. You can't willpower your way through hunger every single day for the rest of your life, or for an extended period of time to get lean, especially when you don't like the meals, especially when they're prototypical. For me, I don't like broccoli, so I don't eat broccoli, but I can get other vegetables that I enjoy, get my nutrients in, and be healthy and sustain my diet, but not necessarily with these prototypical meals. So don't get caught up in that hype, And the last point that I think is a big one, guys, is not enough time. So the big thing with diets is that diets take time. It takes time for you mentally to become a person that changes their lifestyle. This has to be a lifestyle change. This has to become something that you incorporate now if you want to stay lean. And especially while you may not want to stay as lean as you get, you may want to still stay leaner than you were before. So this is a lifestyle change, guys, and it takes time. It takes time for your body to adjust. Your body operates on homeostasis, and that's your body desiring to keep a set point. Now, for you to change your set point, you have to change your lifestyle. That starts with changing your mentality and also giving your body enough time to understand that this homeostasis is going to occur at a different point now, and all your hormones need to change. I'm not claiming to be a doctor here. I'm not claiming to have all the science behind this, but if you think about it, it makes sense. It takes time for your body and for the hormones and all the chemicals to readjust, and that affects how you mentally feel. That affects your mood, that affects your hunger, and you really have to give yourself time to lose the weight. This can't be an overnight thing where, once again, if you didn't give yourself enough time and you wanted this to be an overnight thing, you might end up doing a ton of cardio hoping to lose the weight all of a sudden. And you don't give yourself enough time. Say if you wanted to get in really rip shape for the summer and you only give yourself 4 weeks or 8 weeks, it might very well take, 5-6 months to do it slow and to make sure that once you get the weight off, you can keep it off. So that's a big mistake, not giving yourself enough time to get lean and having too high of expectations, and then not giving yourself enough time mentally and physically for your body to readjust its homeostasis to a new point, to a new lifestyle. And once again, to finish it off, it's not sustainable. You're gonna end up rebounding. These are 3 big factors that I found why I think some of your diets and why some of my diets in the past as well have failed. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.